Imagine this situation. You tell your parents that instead of becoming a doctor, you'd like to pursue an artistic career. I guess you can imagine what happens next. You fight. After hours of fighting and crying and not understanding why your parents can't see your side of the story, you end up doing what they want you to do. Now, my big question for you is why? Why did you not follow through on your own dream, even though you claimed that it was so important for you? Now, you might say that I depend on my parents economically and maybe emotionally, and I get it. I really do. It's fine. Let's move on to a different example. Imagine that you live in a traditionalist society. Not extremely traditionally, so if you do something against the norm, your life won't be in danger, but traditionalist enough, so if you do something different, you will be judged. And then you do something different. Maybe you're a young female entrepreneur, maybe you're a stay-at-home dad, or maybe you're just a queer person who wants to be seen with their partner in public. There will be a backlash. A lot of it. There are all these rumors and weird assumptions going about you that you didn't earn your own money, you just seduced someone for it, that you're not a man and your wife is definitely cheating on you, that you're not a person that wants to be loved and show love, but you're just sexually abusing children. So you might guess it triggers a certain reaction from you. Now you want to prove it to other people. Now you want to show that you're right. You maybe even start protesting, writing online how all these people are wrong. And my big question for you is the same. Why? Why do you need to prove something to absolutely random people whom you might not even know? Why do you need to prove something to people that you will most likely never ever meet and whose opinion doesn't even matter in your life? That's what they call seeking external validation. The concept itself is so fluffy that we quite often misinterpret it as looking for something big and significant. For example, getting praised for your work, or being in the spotlight, or even becoming a celebrity. In reality, however, seeking external validation might be as subtle as looking for acceptance from your parents or looking to be accepted in the society. I'm not saying that seeking external validation is bad by itself. Of course, it's not that simple. Wanting to belong and wanting to be accepted are all natural feelings. In fact, these exact feelings helped our ancestors survive and brought them to prosperity. If you think about it, the process of seeking validation is just a feedback loop that helped our ancestors make sure that they didn't hurt anyone, each other, in their own community, and contributed enough so that the community could thrive. However, the humankind has been around for quite some time, so on top of this natural biological reaction, we have layers and layers of societal grooming. And now, knowingly or unknowingly, a lot of people tend to exploit this feedback loop. So we end up with a lot of individuals sacrificing themselves for the norm. And I gotta say that there is a huge difference between trying to be kind to others and contributing to the community versus just giving up on yourself so that others don't feel vulnerable, I guess, and you really don't have to do the latter. This brings us to the whole moment of truth. You don't need anyone's approval to be yourself. Even more so, it's gonna be extremely hard to be yourself. It will take a lot of courage from you. People will always try to pull you down because they think that they know better, they have their own insecurities for whatever reason. And I'm not saying that there is no such thing as supportive communities. Of course there are, and there are plenty of them. But on a societal level, it's never gonna happen. People don't owe you acceptance. You should be the one standing up for yourself, living your own truth. You should be the one drawing the boundaries and being confident in your skin and saying that my choice is right. No one else is supposed to like you or your choices. So, not to turn it into a simple talking video, in my own fashion, I'm gonna give you some practical tips on how to work on these feelings and how to learn how to validate yourself, basically. First of all, you will need to get some courage. And what is courage, essentially? It's this internal realization that no matter what happens, you will stand up for yourself. The baseline for it is, of course, trust. And what you will have to do in order to develop this trust towards yourself is to make small, committable, so to say, promises. So you need to make sure that you follow through on these promises. So let's say if you said that you would text your friend in the evening, when you come back home, you go and text your friend. If you say that you're gonna do the dishes, you go and do the dishes. Not I'm gonna do it later, not I'm gonna do it tomorrow, not I'd rather watch Netflix right now. No, you made a promise and you make an action. And these promises gotta be small, because if you promise yourself something like I'm gonna be the best writer in town, or I'm gonna exercise every day for the whole year, it will be hard to commit to. So make sure that you promise yourself something that you're capable of doing. Second, you gotta accept the fact that you will disappoint others. Let people feel and think whatever they need to feel and think. Let them have their own reality. You don't need to change their perception of the world in order to feel better about your own choices. What matters is that you agree with yourself and you stay grounded in your own truth. In order to do that, I like to use the following affirmation. I am doing everything right. I am doing everything right. I am doing everything right. It's very important to differentiate your own reality and your perception of yourself from other people's perception of you and the world. Finally, allow for all emotions, whatever they might be. It's quite natural to feel sad and angry if people disagree with you, if people don't accept you. Make some space for these feelings. Try to accept both realities, the reality that people might not see it the way that you do, and your own reality where you feel sad and frustrated and you just want to be heard. Human life is full of paradoxes and inconsistencies, and that's where the beauty comes from. You better learn how to let all these experiences in rather than push them out. Now, to sum it up, it's gonna be hard to be yourself, and people do not owe you acceptance. However, you can cultivate this confidence and courage from within so that you are always by your side. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.